Race like
twice,
no,
uphill.
no, twice.
Uphill.
Oh, you're gonna only do the hills. What about the epic? Let's talk about the epic. Oh, the one.
Okay,
Let's talk about the epic.
Where I lifted the same weight as you.
The one you did not pick up the. Wait. The one that I had to do with the 1 minute.
Where I lifted the black.
Oh.
I have a wheel. I thought you said a wheel. No.
She's gonna be behind me the entire workout. She never will be in front of me.
Positive energy.
Oh, it's on camera, right? So if I beat her in this workout, she has to say, "Omar, me, is better than BlissMode." If she beats me, what do you guys say?
BlissMode's better than Omar. They already know though. 3, 2, 1. I don't know how to screenshot this. You know what you need to say to the camera right now?
Yeah.
Say it.
All right.
Say it.
This is the once and only time in my entire life that I will ever say that BlissMode beat Omar today.
No, that's not what you're supposed to say.
All right.
Say it right.
BlissMode is better. It just tastes like crap coming out of my mouth. Better than Omar.
So we just finished the 5150 workout that was my homework for today. The 5150 is Udi's program that I'm in a competition for. So it was 8 rounds, 40 lunges, 1 fun run, which is like a 200-meter run. And Omar and I did make a bet as to who would finish first. And as you already all know, I won. Oh man, that was so hard. I finished in 1944. He finished in just under 20. And it was 20 minutes of hell. Seriously.
It was good.
But it was a good one, for sure.
I'm gonna go run 5 miles now.
Ah, okay. Okay, old man. But...
Let's go.
What's up, guys? So I have one of my very best, closest friends slash brother slash fake dad that we have faked that I was his daughter before to get some stuff at a race. But Omar was actually a member at a boot camp that I had just started personal training at, and that is actually how our relationship started. And we just have this like weird bond that it's just when people first see us interact, it's just kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this brother and sister, just all out effort of shit talking anytime we are within 2 feet of each other, so, or 20 feet of each other. But yeah, so he has a crazy journey with his transformation, which you guys are gonna hear all about. He is someone who really inspires me, and he is just definitely one of those people that's in my corner that I go to for motivation or for to just get myself out of my head. He is one of the like strongest, mentally strongest people that I've ever known, and so I wanted you guys to know all about his story. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Omar.
Hi. Yes, my name's Omar, as you all know. I guess my journey started from my fitness journey. It started 2016 when I walked in that boot camp.
Yeah.
And I said, who's this little blonde girl that I don't think is going to be able to hurt me? But she did. She hurt me quite a bit, and I will never repeat that again. But my journey started from childhood, but from now, it's just realistically, it's been, when I walked into that boot camp, I was 378 pounds. I was literally almost half the man that I am today physically. I had high blood pressure, hypertension, I was pre-diabetic, sleep apnea. It was just all bad. I come from a long line of obese people in my family. Pretty much everybody in my family is obese, morbidly obese, or overweight. And I'm the oldest male in a Latino family, so you know what that means, right? It means I got to set the example. And my journey started when I was working up in LA and I fell asleep behind the wheel because I didn't know I had sleep apnea. I didn't know I was pre-diabetic. I didn't know I had all these problems. I was just really tired all the time. At 378 pounds, working 18 hours a day, my drive was my career. And a friend of mine's invited me over to this boot camp, and I'm always about a challenge. My whole life I've been told that I couldn't do things. I was told that I was retarded in school. I was told I come from poverty, living in a car. My whole life has been a fight, a struggle, my entire life. So I relate to challenges like nobody's business. And I think Bliss saw that in me, I think from day one, because she was doing negative curls and she would pull down on me and I would look at her right in her face. I'm like, can you give me something? And I still screamed that to her, give me something that I can't do. And that's really the connection that we have, is that Bliss has this uncanny ability to tap into some people's hearts and motivations and drives and just yank it out of them. I've always loved that about her, no matter what. And for her to tap into me, or for us to have the relationship that we have, is really just because of that. And no, most people wouldn't take the crap that I talk to her. I mean, people have heard our conversations and they were like, really? Who's that guy? Why is he talking to you that way? She goes, oh, that's just the way we talk. But that's pretty much my journey. And over the course of 2016 till now, I've lost 158 pounds. I became a group trainer. I am currently studying to take my NASM certification. My journey is one of, I felt like I spent the first 40 years of my life wasting it. And now, through Bliss's help and some of the other trainers and some of the people in my life, have shown me who I think I really am intended to be, which is to be in the fitness industry and to help people like myself who didn't have the confidence to be able to do anything in the fitness industry, or couldn't even tie their shoe, or always shopped in a big and tall store, or didn't think anything of themselves. I hope my journey does that and helps people, show people that it's possible, you know? Little things like tying your shoe without losing your breath is a win for me, for the people that I want to inspire. So, because that's what it was for me. I cried the day I was able to do that kind of stuff. And it's the simple thing that people take for granted, you know, that I really, really look forward to pull out of people and help people out. So that's a little bit about my journey.
Yeah. So Omar and I started working out together at an obstacle course gym called MROC, and it was awesome. And he's repping, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. I wasn't gonna talk about that, but he's repping the Epic shirt, which is an insane fitness challenge, and we are just both so competitive, and it is like, that's why this was way more fun doing this, because we both have that like psycho competitive edge, especially with each other. That just takes it to another level. And so yeah, that was one of the things that we had experienced together. I didn't do the official one that I was supposed to do.
What happened that day, Bliss? So
but I came to support him.
Can I tell people that?
No.
Can just a little
You're
bit?
not gonna tell it right.
I'll tell it right. I promise. Okay. So you all know. All right. So me and Bliss decided to do the Epic Series, this race here, and we said, okay, well, we'll go out and do the Open and just have fun with it, just to see what it was, right? So we did an open race. It was all moderate weight, and then we did a moderate elite course as well. So it consisted of an obstacle course and then a smaller course. We did this up in Huntington Beach. And who won that race?
Well, if you would like to know,
I
lifted the same weight as Omar the whole time. I wasn't supposed to, but I decided to challenge myself.
But can we just tell? Can you?
So, did he cross the finish line 10 seconds before me?
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Did we lift the same weight the whole time, which I wasn't supposed to? I was supposed to lift a much lighter weight, but I spent more time lifting the heavier weight. Yes.
All right.
So, if it makes you feel better, Omar, which it shouldn't.
Well, you forgot
that you only beat me by 10 seconds.
But you forgot. I did a 3-minute plank, and you only did a 2-minute plank.
I waited an hour.
I did a 3-minute wall sit, and you only did a 2-minute wall sit.
Anyway,
so yeah, I feel if we did the same amount of time. Anyhow.
Anyway, I wrote down some questions.
So we did the whole thing, and then we were supposed to do it again. Bliss was not in fighting shape at that time. She wasn't prepared to do the second course that we did in San Diego. But Bliss, being who she is, came out and cheered me on. And which
was probably the most emotional experience of our relationship for sure, and one of my most emotional experiences as a trainer for sure. Like top 3 at least. When he's gotten his 100-pound lost shirt, that was really emotional. Seeing him become a trainer for the first time, that was really emotional. But the Epic, what was the second one called? The gnarly one. Not the obstacle.
The elite course.
The elite course. Okay, it is insane. The fittest of we saw some crazy yoked people stepping up and were just not able to complete it, let alone do it quickly. And this guy just grit his teeth, and he had so many people out there supporting him, and we were all just choked up seeing him just literally push. He was going to black out before he slowed down. It was just insane. So.
And I don't think I could have done it without you there.
Yeah.
That's the real. It's just Bliss symbolized the beginning of my journey, and I felt like that was crossing the finish line was like finishing it. So it was very symbolic for me, very emotional for me to have Bliss there. And I had a bunch of people out there supporting me, and not that everybody else out there that was supporting me wasn't awesome, but there's a simplistic symbolicness to having Bliss there to say she saw me at my heaviest, and now she's seeing me at my fittest, and that was huge for me.
It was cool.
It was awesome.
Like flashbacks the whole time of that first. I remember my first class with Omar, and I just had flashbacks that whole time, seeing him, 130 plus pounds heavier, and it was just cool. But yeah, so I wrote down a few questions that I'm going to ask you, Omar, because this is stuff that people who are struggling with their weight or their fitness journey, or are just wanting to hear more about you, would definitely like to hear. But question 1 is, what were your biggest struggles when it came to losing weight?
Food. I love food.
Amen.
I've never been a big drinker. I do drink every once in a while, but I have this addictive personality, and I was addicted to food. I love food, and I still love food, but finding a balance. And people like me and Bliss don't have balance. We usually go in or all out. So when we do find it, you hang on to it, and that's probably was the biggest struggle, is finding that balance of what my fitness or what my food was going to look like as I was losing weight, which was the extreme at a calorie deficit, until now where I'm just maintaining my weight and finding a balance. This is probably the biggest struggle, is the food and finding that balance.
Okay. What are some of your most helpful tips for keeping the weight off and having that balance?
Keep it simple. A lot of times, all of us, we don't want to do this, and we don't like that, and I don't like the way egg whites taste. I don't like the way spinach tastes, and I don't want if it's simple in a day-to-day busy life, it's the easiest way to stay consistent. If it's to stay simple in your diet and to stay consistent in the workout. You don't have to slay yourself 100% like we always do, but to find a balance both in the fitness, in the physical part, and as well as the diet, and keeping it simple all the way across the board. You don't have to do an extravagant workout and be in the gym for 2 hours. We just slayed ourselves for 20 minutes and we were done. You know, so.
Yeah. I think with that too, the consistency, it's finding something that you enjoy, because I think that's a big thing for people. I mean, there's like 1,000 different types of fitness, and I think people see something that worked for Susie down the street and they'll think that that's what's supposed to work for them. And I mean, there's 1,000 different ways to work out. There's 1,000 different there's 1,000 different diets that you can do, or whatever lifestyle choices. And it's just finding, you know, what is best for you. No, seriously, like what?
Yeah.
That you can stick with, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Not everybody will want to do the lunge workout we just did. Like some people that would make them run from fitness for the rest of their life.
Yeah, it's finding something that'll make you come back.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Question 3, where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years when it comes to fitness?
Wow.
I know, I really was, when I wrote this question, I was like, oh, I really want to know the answer to this one. Be truthful with yourself.
Oh, I don't want to be doing what I'm doing today. I'm a career operations manager. I've run several large operations in my life, from Full Parts to several other companies. And today I'm an operations manager for a large lighting manufacturer. And manufacture. And I don't want to do that. Although I impact lives, in 3 to 5 years, I would love to be spending the rest of my life in fitness, inspiring people, potentially even having my own gym, you know, and having people from all fitness levels come in and be inspired, and hopefully do that for the rest of my life so I can leave a legacy, not just a gym or make money. I want to be able to live within my means, not be extravagant, but make the largest impact in my community to help people see that it's possible to be okay and fit.
Yeah.
That's where I see myself in 5 years from now. Owning my own gym, supporting myself, doing something that I'm passionate about.
I love that. Also, on another note, going back to his day job, because currently, Omar has so many cool stories that he should literally have his own podcast, because the stories that he tells me, like every time I'm like, that could be a movie. But I mean, the story even about how he got the job that he has now and how he worked his way up. I mean, talk about like Cinderella story of like poor boy. Well, you were like putting boxes, like decorating the shelves. He had like the lowest of the low job, and he has worked his way up, and he's one of the big boys now, and he makes really great money. And that was just a really cool story of when he told me that. I thought about, man, that is just like so inspiring, that doesn't have a degree and just didn't, had school struggles like me, where I was like always struggled with the belief that we were not smart. And like it's just a cool story to see that like you can literally put yourself and work your way up to anything that you want to be, and you don't have to be given the golden spoon and all of the opportunity that a lot of people have. They think that's what I need to do. I need to have this and this and this in order to be successful. That's a story for another day for sure. But what was your why that got this whole journey started?
My mother was the first one, I want to say. Mm-hmm. My family. I am a father of 6 children. So 3 biological and 3 step, just to clarify. My kids see this because they're going to be like, wait a minute. No. I claim them all because I love them all. But as I mentioned earlier, I come from a morbidly obese family. My whole family, we're welfare kids, and all we ate was beans and rice and macaroni and top ramens and cup of noodles and that kind of stuff. So we didn't know anything about fitness or budgeting or anything like that. So what got me into it, my why was initially was my family and my mother, was to show them that, hey, I could do this. You know, there was a saying that we always say in my family is that we're all big boned. It's like, what does big bone mean? It means you're fat, but it means we were fat, but it means we were overweight, right? We're all big bone, and you're supposed to be big. I wasn't. Yeah, I'm a big guy, but I'm not supposed to be overweight. I'm supposed to be able to tie my own shoe. I'm supposed to be able to see my belt buckle, right? My why initially started was because of I wanted to be around for my kids. I want to be around to see grandkids, maybe. You know, not that I'm ready for any grandkids.
Woohoo!
You know, I'm not there yet, but
he is old.
I am old. I am old. And she only beat me by 14 minutes, 14 seconds.
14 minutes.
14 seconds. Yeah. So, yeah, her husband always tells her that too, right? She's like, I beat Omar today. She goes, he is old though, right? but anyways, so that was my why, was just initially to inspire my family, and to show them that it's possible.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, I have one more. What would you tell yourself the day before you started this journey if present day Omar could go back to 2016 Omar?
Wow. Why didn't you do it sooner? I always have this, I get emotional every time I think about it, but I feel like I wasted 41 years or 39 years of my life not doing what I love to do. All because I felt and I second guessed and I listened to people around me that said, you're not going to be able to support your family. And what are you doing? You know, working out all the time, or you can't make a living doing this. And if I could tell myself in 2016, I would say, hey, talk to yourself in the 80s and the 90s when I was in my 20s. What took you so long? You know, what took you so long? Once that light was turned on, though, it was on.
Yeah.
You know, in 2016, once I made that decision, once I almost killed myself on the freeway, that was it. But if I could have told myself in 2016 before that light was switched, I would be like, hey, you should have done it sooner. You wasted a lot of time, Omar.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I'm in a permanent race to catch up those lost years.
Yeah. And then I do have one more, and I didn't write this down, but I thought of it. What would you tell somebody, because this, a lot of people who watch this are either looking for fitness motivation or like entrepreneurship motivation to do like something that they're passionate about. What would you tell somebody who is either looking to get their fitness journey started and just feels kind of like doesn't know where to start kind of deal? You're a little bit further ahead because you've already started living out your passion. What would you tell somebody who is debating on, like yourself, who has a successful day job and is scared to jump ship and do something that they're truly passionate about? It's a two-part question. Sorry.
Wow. So the first part was what?
Fitness.
Fitness.
Jeez,
what would I tell them?
Yeah, who just needs to get started. Little motivation, little love from Omar.
Don't wait for the perfect moment. It comes. It comes as you're grinding. Just start grinding. No, whatever that is, When I first started my journey in 2016, I honestly, Bliss, I didn't think. I think the times that I've tried to lose weight before, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to plan it. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be this, this, and that. And I had a plan.
Yeah.
In 2016, I didn't think about it. I just did it.
No looking back.
No looking back. Just keep looking forward and always have that goal. Short-term and a long-term goal. Short-term and a long-term goal. Short-term and long-term goal. The short-term goal was for me to lose 20 pounds every so often, right? And then I was like, I'm going to crush that goal. I'm going to crush that goal. I'm going to crush that goal. And then, okay, I need to be at 220 pounds. Well, I got to that goal. Now what? And I wanted a podium in an Epic, and I didn't get that yet, but I competed, and now I'm still, stop trying to plan it perfectly. Just go God will give you some path to put you on, and he just does. And he puts people in your life that get you there. Just start taking the steps towards that direction that you want to go to, and don't be afraid to start running if you need to.
I think that kind of goes in line with the entrepreneur one as well, honestly.
It does. And it for me, you got to understand, if you're in my position where you're making really good money in your day job and you really like that good money because it helps you support your family and everything. I've worked my butt off to get where I'm at today. 16-hour days, 72 hours straight work days. I mean, it's just, I worked my butt off, and no was not in my vocabulary. I just translated that same drive and entrepreneurship that I did in my day job to fitness now. And I balanced it out, right? And because I'm making good money in my day job, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I've never said that out loud, more so on camera in front of you, for goodness sakes. But yeah, I'm afraid because it's a guarantee that I can stay making good money, right? But it's not guaranteed that I'm going to make good money doing what I love to do. Yeah. So I'm trying to change things in my personal life and in my financial life personally, so that I don't need that large income to survive. I'm minimizing what I have in my life.
Which is really hard in California.
Which is really hard.
Not in California.
For the non-Californians, you know, when you're paying
6 figures is still not a lot of money out here.
6 figures is like minimum wage. but minimizing what I have in my life, so that I don't have to pay umpteenth amount of money, or I need those 6 figures to be able to live. But I'll be so much happier, you know, doing what I love. So by April, mid next year, I will be debt free. And as a result, I will be able to make decisions in my life that will get me in my direction to where I want to be. So if you're fearing for that because you need that nice car or that nice house, but you want to do something that you're passionate and loving about, or that you really, like, deep down in your soul, you feel it, make whatever moves you have to make. Same as a diet, right? You just keep going in the fitness, right? The same thing as a fitness level. You find that fitness level and you push. Well, I'm finding my biggest Achilles heel right now has been what has been my entire life, was school and finances, right? But school, I know I'll go over it. I'll get my NASM and I'll be happy.
NASM's a salty subject right now, to be honest.
NASM is very salty for me. It's very emotional for me. It took me back to grade school when they told me I was dumb. But yeah, but it doesn't, it's never going to quit. I'm still studying. I'm still doing it hard, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just keep going. Just take that first step and take you into that direction. And for a lack of better words, who gives a shit what anybody thinks? Just do it. Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, you got to live with yourself, and you got to leave your own legacy.
I heard somebody say recently, which I thought was super cool, and it was, you made me think of it when you said, don't be afraid. And they were like, it's impossible to not be afraid when it comes to anything that is outside of your comfort zone. I mean, that is literally, it's just impossible to not be afraid, right? But the people who choose to do these things, it's not that they're not afraid, it's that they're facing their fear and they're deciding, I am afraid, but I'm just gonna go, kind of deal. And I think that was super cool. I'm like, okay, like, it literally validates we all are afraid and we do things that scare the crap out of us, you know? But like, I don't know, you just gotta kind of jump ship and go. And if it's really something you wanna do, you'll find a way. And what's cool is money really does follow passion. I never made 6 figures when I worked for the government, but it was a job that I got into, and it is a safe job because you get retirement and you get so many benefits. Steady paycheck, paid time off. I mean, like, it is like goals for a lot of people to just have that consistency. You never have to worry about freaking getting fired, dang near. You can almost kill somebody and still have the job. So
I can't do that in my day job.
Yeah, so when I decided to jump ship, I did not make good money for a very long time. But at that point, maybe it's because I was young, I didn't care about money and making money. I was just stoked that I got to do something that I loved every day. And then when I started at the boot camp where Omar and I met, that is where the first time I saw, okay, I'm actually making a living from this. And what's cool now is I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I have more than doubled what I made from my government job. And which is just like, it's just cool, and it feels amazing to make a great living and to literally go to work every single day and just be so stoked about it. My best friend was like, she lives with me, and I'm gone before she wakes up, and she's asleep before I get home. And she texted me the other night, and she's like, I don't know how you do it. I feel so bad for you. I bet you're just so tired. You work so much. And I texted her back. I'm like, dude, I get to like, literally, I was like, it's like you being at Disneyland.
All day long.
All day long. She freaking loves Disneyland. And like, I literally get to be at Disneyland all day long, freaking just doing what I love. And it just, I don't even remember what it's like to just go somewhere where you just like.
So I want to be like that, where she can be like at the boot camp where I'm training now, where Bliss went, or where I was training, or I am training. But, so I used to have to do morning classes in the morning, and for those of you that don't know, I'm not a morning person. I'm a little cranky in the morning. So I'm not a morning person, but they put me on schedule a couple times in the morning, right? And I found myself waking up before my alarm because I was so stoked to get up and scream at people and put them through misery. And I was like, I really want to do this. And my boss at my day job, who also worked at the boot camp after he saw me losing the weight, he goes, dude, how come I don't get the Omar from the boot camp at the day job? And I'm like, because I'm not passionate about making lights. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's paying my bills. I love it. But when I get up to do my day job, it's more like, oh, I got to get up. When I get up to do training, it's like, I got to get up. I got to go. And I'm ready and I'm energized and I don't even need a cup of coffee.
It's so different.
It's different. And once you find that passion, trust me, it'll drive you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so I definitely want you guys to get to know Omar more. He is an extremely inspirational, motivational, just gnarly dude. So, and he now truly, finally believes and accepts that BlissMode is better than O-Mode, which was just so beautiful. And
oh my God.
I mean, this is perfect. The day before Thanksgiving, talking about being grateful.
I wanted to give you something to be grateful for,
yeah,
you know?
That's what I will talk about at the dinner table tomorrow.
But you finally admitted that I beat you at the Epic.
No.
Yeah, you did. Admit it. Come on, just let it out. It's okay.
If I would have picked up my right weights. Then
oh my God.
Whatever you need to talk about. Anyway, but yeah, Omar you'll be seeing more of him later, and we're definitely going to do like a
true. You're gonna finish it.
Like
you're actually gonna sign up and do something.
Like an epic in-rock workout sometime. That will be super gnarly.
Yeah.
Cause that'll be fun. But yeah, if you ever want to see me beat him at a hill race, that's happened. So you see a hill, give us a call. We'll show up and I'll beat him. And
I will probably finish the turkey trot faster than you tomorrow, and I'm doing a 10K. She's only doing a 5K.
I'm sprinting a 5K, so it's harder than power walking a 10K.
Power walking a 10K.
But, you know, teach their own.
Hey, let's see. Who finishes the faster average minute time? How's that? And I'm doing a 10K.
To do what?
Yeah, I mean, you repeat what the same bet is. Let's just put it on the table now. Every time we do a competition. I got country on her because she's from the hood. She's from the hood in Missouri. Every time we do a competition, it's the same bet across the board all the time.
Okay.
All right.
I'd like to start putting money down too, but you know, it's whatever.
I mean, I don't want to take your money. I mean, you are struggling.
False lady is paid off.
It's all lady is paid off. Lady is her little car. Sorry. That I probably could deadlift.
You just, can't squat.
I'll squat it. I can't squat. I can't squat it.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Stay gnarly and enjoy your day.
Okay. Bye.